Hi guys, welcome back. This is the Scottish Gaming Rebels, or as we like to call it, the SGR. I am your host with the most, I am the Fat Tink, and this is Friday. So what we're going to be talking about today is some of the news that's happened this week. So if this is your first time seeing our videos, why not like it? Hit that subscribe button for more entertainment. And if you have been here before and you have subscribed, thank you very much. So let's get right into this. With investors' calls coming in this week from EA and Activision, we have heard from EA and how the CEO, Andrew Wilson, has said, you know, that the game wasn't as good as what he thought. It was a bit of a disappointment. Now, obviously, that's an understatement for anybody who does play Battlefield 2042. But what he did point out was what they're going to be doing in the future, a roadmap that we're going to be seeing. Now, obviously, they have said, you know, there'll be changes and fixes coming here and there, but they've been quite vague on it, right? We are going to get the VoIP chat ability in the game, which is good, because at the moment, it's not really team-based, because you can't really speak to anybody unless you're in a party with them. Unfortunately, that's not always feasible, so you're kind of stuck there. Now, with that said and done, they have said that Season 1 is going to be delayed until the summer. Now, obviously, let me point something out. By the summer, right, that's quite a long time away. But that means, basically, if you look at Battlefield 4, by the time the summer came, we already had 4 DLCs. That's a hell of a lot of, you know, time span, especially if they're looking at year 1 content. So we're going to be pushed all the way back to then. So our year 1 content is going to come within 6 months, is that what they're looking at? Or are they going to get to the summer, change it with a massive update, change the way the game looks, plays, everything else, and then are we going to just get like 6 months worth of massive intent, or is that when they're going to start their year 1 content? With that, we'll all have to wait and see. Are we really looking forward to this update or this, you know, Season 1? Is it going to fix the game for what we need or what the problems it has? Is it going to make it better? Is it going to start getting the player base back? We are going to be getting a scoreboard in March, so obviously, you know, that's a bonus. You know, you're going to be able to see how many AI teammates you actually have and why you're getting absolutely run over by, you know, PC players and everything else. And basically, one of the personal opinions I have in this is the fact I want to see crossplay being changed from PC, PlayStation to just PC or PlayStation. Do you know what I mean? So if you're on PlayStation, you can pick between Xbox and PC, or you just want PC, or if you just want Xbox. That is a change. You know, I've heard quite a lot about it in the last week, so we'll have to wait and see. Now, like I said, obviously EA did release a hotfix yesterday. Now, what that did was that actually fixed some of the problems they had from the update they done at 3.2. Obviously, crash issues. Now, I've experienced quite a few crash issues while playing the game, and this hopefully will fix it. Check it later and find out. And obviously, like I said, the next update is going to be in March, so we've got another month to wait, guys, before we see anything substantial coming into the game. Now, one thing that I will say is they did add renewal back into PS4 and Xbox One. They've said they've managed to stabilise it better, so it does play better and it does work better, and it's a more stable map anyway. So we'll just have to wait and see how that turns out. So, and the other investor call this week is Activision. And, you know, guys, let's face facts, we can't get through a week without seeing Activision in the news. And what did Activision do? Well, they decided not to actually release any, you know, information about the investor call. They didn't release anything. They've said that they will put up a statement once they have got it all sorted. And what are they doing? Is this because of the acquisition with Microsoft, or is this because they're hiding just exactly how bad Vanguard was? Because let's face facts, guys, we all know that was a complete trade disaster, a bit like EA's Battlefield. But, you know, it doesn't make sense. What I can see is I'd have loved to have been a fly in the wall, because I can guarantee you Big Bobby Kotick was basically like, guys, listen, just calm down. We made $68.5 billion. It's okay. This is how world works. We don't care how good our game's made. We've made more money than God. Now, obviously, with that, he would have been talking about Season 2 being delayed until the 14th of February. So, and that's obviously because they're trying to give Sledgehammer sort of chance to fix the train wreck. I don't think it's going to make a difference, to be honest with you. I don't really think that Bobby Kotick really cares anymore. He came in and he wanted to take the fun out of gaming. By God, did he manage it? And now he's making more money than God. So, what does he actually care? With that, we will have to wait and see the statement they release, you know, how good the game was and everything else, or not as how good the game was, how good the game performed, and just see exactly if any knowledge of what's coming out next. Now, obviously, with that, we do have some good news in the news with the Activision for a change. The fact that we could, and now this is a rumour, that we could be seeing trailer for Modern Warfare 2 2022 coming out in the 30th of May. Now, obviously, the 30th of May it does fall on a Monday, so the chances are it's probably going to be the 31st, which is a Tuesday. It just seems to be a more kind of routine day for most leaks and most teaser trailers, most trailers and everything else. So, potentially, guys, we could be seeing it that early. Now, obviously, with that said and done, as I did report last week, the reason for that is because of the absolute garbage sales from Vanguard, and how bad Season 1 done. Season 2 probably isn't looking to do any better, so they're going to be wanting to try and kind of clip everybody's wings and get everybody excited for the next release of Modern Warfare 2. Now, on to some exciting news, guys. Today is the official release for Dying Light 2, and comes from Techland, who gave us Dying Light 1. Now, obviously, this has been given out to the gaming news outlets so far, and they've given it back with some mediocre scores. Right, now, I'm going to point something out. When Dying Light 1 was released, it had lower scores than what Dying Light 2 has, and it turned out to be an absolute colossal game, right? People still play it nowadays, are still loving it. You've got speedrunners, everything else. So, do you know what I mean? Are we really going to listen to these, news outlets saying it was Nintendo or Activision, EA, all the scores, Ubisoft as well, scores are through the roof, but then when the game actually releases, it's a pile of shit. Now, obviously, us over at SGR, we are excited for it, and let me tell you why. Anything that you can do, some parkour and smashing the shit out of zombies, is well up there with us, right? We're looking to have some fun times, and this game does really look good. We have pre-ordered it, we are ready to play it. We probably will be streaming it as well. If you're not sure where to check us out on Twitch at Reapers Rebels, and have a quick gander over there. Now, obviously, like I said, the scores aren't that great, but the one thing with Techland is they're really good at what they do. Their parkour movement in the game and animation is bang on point, you know what I mean? It really is good. And yeah, there is a couple of things that you'd think to yourself, well, maybe not. And obviously, as far as we're led to believe, there's no guns in this one, which a lot of people are like, well, what's the point of playing it? But no offence, guys, if you're going to chop off a zombie's head with a machete, that sounds pretty damn cool. So, let's just hope that the scores here that have been released already are just a mistake. And obviously, I did put it on Twitter the other day there, come back to us in a year and tell us if the game's crap, and we'll own up to it. Do you know what I mean? We'll agree. Personally, I don't think it's going to be that bad. Okay, so next up we have some depressing news, or not exactly exciting news, and that is the fact that the new Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League has been delayed until 2023. Now, this is just a rumour at the moment, but in all fairness, guys, with what we've seen over the last couple of years, we're getting that used to delays now, that this is probably not as far-fetched. Now, obviously, with that said and done, the one thing I will point out here is we're getting games that are getting delayed until 2023, which if they need more time in the oven, that's perfectly fine. And then on the other side of the card, we're getting games that are being pushed out, that are broken, laggy, disappointing messes, and we're just meant to accept this. Now, obviously, like I said, guys, this is obviously it's not great news, but it is. If they need a bit more time to get the game looking good, then I'm all for that, and I think it's pretty good. Now, before we hit Friday's big news and everything that has been going on this week, we're going to talk about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And recently, a recent report, he did state that he was working on a new game to film adaptation, and a lot of people were making speculations. Myself, we done the same thing. We thought it might be Kratos from God of War. Still think that would be a great character, for him to play. But it turns out, no, he's making a Call of Duty film. Obviously, that's right. You did hear me say that. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is going to be starring in an upcoming Call of Duty film. And now, let's point something out. How much are people going to pay to go and see him sitting in an anime skin with his tracer rounds with his 725 and claymores sitting behind the door? Now, in all fairness, guys, I know that's taking a piss, but also, let's face facts, is the first 10 minutes of this just going to be him walking in an empty lobby, just trying to find an actual battle? Because in all fairness, guys, I'm going to say this, and I don't mean any disrespect to MD, but Doom, the film that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was in, it wasn't as good as what everybody thought it was going to be, and really, can they make Call of Duty any worse by doing a film on it? We've seen a lot of film adaptations of games over the last couple of years, and they've never really been that good. And obviously, the last one we've seen was Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City, guys, and that was a disaster. But can we say, right, let's look at that. Who's he going to play? If you have a suggestion, stick it in the comments below so I can see it. But obviously, when you look at it in the context that he's going to be doing this film, you're like, well, really? This franchise isn't doing that well, and making a movie about it, really worthwhile. But guys, I suppose on that one, we'll just need to wait and see. And you never know. As the time goes on, we might see some screenshots and everything, and we might actually enjoy the film. We might look at it and go, hey, this is actually pretty decent. But then again, who are we going to get to play Ghost, Captain Price? Because obviously, let's face facts, you're making a Call of Duty film, you're going to need to come out with these characters. Anyway, guys, we'll keep you up to date in future events, future postings of this film. Now, in our number one spot, the top spot for the news this week, it is Sony. And again, they're out there purchasing. So Sony have now acquired Bungie, Destiny developers, for $3.8 billion. Now, this has been reported that it was in the works for the last 5 months. People are out there screaming, oh, this is just because Microsoft acquired Activision. No, it wasn't. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking talking about. Now obviously with that said and done, Sony have come out and said that they will be keeping Bungie's games multi-platform, so they will be playing on Xbox, PC and PlayStation. Now obviously this is only said and done at the moment, we don't know what's going to happen in the future, but then again you're not going to spend $3.8 billion and keep it solely for your platform if you're not going to make the money back. Now a lot of people are saying that's fine, you know what I mean, that this is great for Sony and everything else, which it is, and I'm glad that they've done this because it, you know, gives them a foothold again. They've got some fantastic studios over there, so why not build on that? Now obviously a lot of people are out there saying, well, do you know what I mean, here's the studios we want you to buy. We want Konami, Ubisoft, Take-Two bought, and to be honest with you guys, we'll probably see in the future of who's going to buy what. Right now, because obviously it has come out that Microsoft and Sony are not finished purchasing studios yet. They're going to keep going and keep building on the fantastic companies they have underneath them. Now, obviously with this, EA have turned around and said that they're not looking to be purchased, while they're actually looking to acquire other studios for themselves. Now, Jeff Keighley has said in a recent tweet that he has been informed of more acquisitions for the future. So guys, in all fairness, let's see what happens. So far, we're in February now. We've seen some fantastic things happening in the gaming industry, and let's hope it continues. So as always guys, thank you very much for watching. If you have liked this video, thank you very much, and if you haven't yet, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and join us for more entertaining content. And why not get us over in Twitch as well? We will link the details in the description box below. And as always guys, have a fantastic weekend. I have been the Fat Tinky. Enjoy.